What's going on, my crazy 76er fanatics? Thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod with your daily 76er discourse. Guys, like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. If you leave a comment or two, we read more than a few, guys. We read all of your comments, so like, comment, and subscribe, guys. But also make sure, if you're a Sixer fan, you stay up to date, because the annual Rico Hines runs are commencing right now. They just dropped their first video of the summer yesterday. And guys, if you don't know what the Rico Hines runs are, then let me keep you up to date with everything that's great in the NBA offseason. The Rico Hines runs are 5-on-5 pickup games that take place out in California with some of the greatest players of all time, some up-and-coming stars, some collegiate guards, and also, because since Rico has been a training official and part of the training staff for the Sixers, all Sixer up-and-coming prospects play in these 5-on-5 runs. Last season, Jared McCain played in these 5-on-5 runs. Paul George has played in these 5-on-5 runs. Klay Thompson, Patrick Beverley, just to name a few. You get stars, you get up-and-coming guards, and you also get college players, because this year, Trent Perry from UCLA, a lot of the UCLA prospects, they are always taking part in these runs. Jaime Jaquez, we could just name a few guys. So these runs are historic because if you're a Sixer fan, first off, it's the only taste of on-court basketball and competitive play you're going to get all summer long. If you're a Sixer fan, you normally get about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of your players on your Sixer roster participating in these pickup games. So you get a lot of Philadelphia game tape. And it's, the only competitive play for Philadelphia fans you're going to get in the summer. So these are important to us. And last year, Jared McCain did not play great. Jared McCain played poorly in these Rico Hines runs and was at the bottom of a lot of discussion about how poorly he played, how bad he'll play into the season, and how he may not be a guard or a star for the future. Man, steps court on the NBA court. That all changes, guys. So don't take these Rico Hines performances as the gospel like we normally do. Don't think these Rico Hines runs are the blueprint for how good these players are going to be when the season commences. That's not true at all, guys. These are just pickup games for these guys to get better and practice and perform at the best they could potentially do. With that being said, who performed the best? Well, the Sixers this year, guys, the Rico Hines runs last year were a lot better, and I think every year they've been getting worse. This year is one of the worst 5-on-5 pickup roster lineups I've seen. I'll just tell you who the Sixers had out there. They had VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, Dominic Barlow, Trenton Watford, just to name a few, and Jabari Walker. And that's the five the Sixers had out there. They played terribly, guys. Now the reason they played terribly, it makes a lot of sense. There was no true point guard out there. There was no real true shooting guard out there. Small forward was Justin Edwards, but you didn't see much of his game tape displayed out there. And then you had about 3 power forwards, and Jabari Walker, Dominic Barlow, and Trenton Watford. It was rough basketball to watch, guys. I won't lie to you. But who played the best out of those 5 representing the 76ers? Jabari Walker. Jabari Walker definitely impressed me and definitely impressed a lot of people out there. If you watch that film, watch that tape, Jabari Walker could be bidding for a roster spot. And we can talk about how good Jabari Walker was and what made his gameplay so great and what made other people's or other players' gameplay so not so great. But first off, the only player that does matter, how good did VJ Edgecombe play? Guys, last summer, Jared McCain took part in these runs, and he did not play great. He played poorly. With that being said, VJ Edgecombe may be on the Jared McCain meal plan. He may be playing bad in the summer, playing sad during the runs, and once the season commences, it's nothing but rookie fun. I'm talking about VJ Edgecombe could potentially be one of those high risers during the season, because during these pickup games, there's no reason to believe he was the right pick. I'm sorry. These pickup games, he wasn't playing true point guard, he wasn't playing true shooting guard, and he kind of looked lost out there on the offensive end. The only bag that VJ has been able to display is a catch-and-shoot 3, and he's not a catch-and-shoot shooter. He's not Klay Thompson. He's not Jared McCain. He's not Eric Gordon. You want those players on the Sixer roster doing the catching and the shooting from 3. VJ Edgecombe, a young guard, a young rookie who has an inconsistent jump shot. I want to see more offensive ability, especially during these pickup runs, and he displayed in this first video. It was quite tragic, pretty bad, And I think that's the reason this Sixer team lost, guys. So they out-hustled, just to give you guys a little recap what happened, they out-hustled a veteran team of Patrick Beverley, Julius Randle, and a bunch of older players. But then they lost to a younger team with a bunch of no-name collegiate players. Offensively, the collegiate players had more offensive bag to offer. Defensively, you would think NBA players could still muster up a victory. But they got slaughtered by collegiate players. This Sixer roster during those runs left a lot of Sixer fans, at least, questioning how good is this team going to be offensively? What is going to make this team good offensively? Well, the one thing that stood out during the games was the size. Okay, they did play 3 power forwards: Trenton Wofford, Jabari Walker, and Dominic Barlow. And all 3 of those guys seem like they could provide a specific niche and specific skill set to this team that they had been lacking. One thing that you did see on display during those Rico Hines runs was size. A lot of it. They had 3 power forwards out there. Trenton Wofford's game probably impressed me the most. He didn't play the best, but his game impressed me the most just because of how versatile and how diverse his gameplay and on-ball ability necessarily is. Guys, he was bringing the ball up. This team didn't have a true point guard. They had Trenton Wofford. And the last time this Philadelphia 76er team had a power forward playing point guard, this team was making the second round consistently. I'm talking about those Ben Simmons years, guys. I'm not saying Trenton Wofford is the next Ben Simmons. I'm not saying that at all. But what I will say is, out of the power forwards that played, or out of the big men that played on that Rico Hines run, Trenton Wofford was the smallest. He wasn't as physical. He doesn't have much of a post ability, hook shot. And the size and physicality that he displayed was not on the level or the caliber of a Jabari Walker, of a Dominic Barlow. So if Trenton Wofford is going to make his money worth it in Philadelphia and be something special or be a player that can provide a talent, it's going to be his on-ball dribbling, guys, because he's got a handle. He's got handle. He's a 6'8", 6'9" ball handler. Defensively, he can play defense. He can contend. He can contest. I don't think he's the best rim protector, but I do think that what he does bring, again, versatility and the defensive fundamentals and IQ, guys, he could be something special for the Sixer squad, running that point power forward role that Ben Simmons used to do. Because Tyrese Maxey's really good off the ball. Jared McCain is not ready with the ball handling he has to be on the ball. He's better off the ball. Trenton Wofford could really fill up a hole as a backup point guard or as a backup on-ball creator if Tyrese Maxey is just having trouble that game. That's one thing that stood out to me. Outside of that, guys, again, 3 power forwards on the court. You're going to see a lot of size out there. A player that played with the most size, most physicality, and had the most ability. I'm talking about Jabari Walker, guys. Jabari Walker, and I told you we were going to get to him, because Jabari Walker, not only with his size, his physicality, and the force he played with attacking the rim, taking on smaller defenders, he was the best scorer on this team. He scored out of the video, of course. Again, wasn't there, but out of the video they showed and the video they displayed, Jabari Walker scored the most for this Philadelphia 76er team. And when they got into jams, when they needed a creator, when they needed someone to go out there and get it, Jabari Walker was the player and the person they relied on. Again, these Rico Hines runs should not be taken as gospel, should not be taken as the blueprint, but they should be taken seriously, because confidence and comfortability is something you should have when you're in a consequence-free environment. This is just pickup basketball. This is just training camp runs. This is just summer rec play. And the player that played the most comfortable, the most confident, with the most force was Jabari Walker. The player that they relied on the most was Jabari Walker. And that's a problem to some. It's a problem to me, and it could be a problem to you, because VJ Edgecombe was out there, and you took the 3rd overall pick taking VJ Edgecombe, who offensively seems to have no game, no real bag outside of a pull-up mid-range and a spot-up 3. That's the only thing that VJ Edgecombe seems to be able to display at a consistent rate, at a consistent level, whether it's collegiate, Olympic, or NBA. Ace Bailey might have been the pick there, guys. Again, I don't want to go back and open up old wounds, but Ace Bailey might have been the pick there. And if history repeats itself, the Sixers took Markelle Fultz over Jason Tatum. The Philadelphia 76ers just took VJ Edgecombe over Ace Bailey. And based off of the offensive display that you saw, based off of the offensive display that was displayed in the tape, this may not have been a great pick for this team. Unless you're going to give this guy and VJ time to develop, time to grow into something special. because something special he's going to have to be, because offensively, Ace Bailey would have been the highest scorer on this team. Ace Bailey would have been the leader on this team. Ace Bailey probably would have made sure this squad did not lose to a bunch of collegiate players. Also, Justin Edwards was out there too, and that's another problem because Justin Edwards just got a 4-year extended contract where you want to see some offensive maturity from him as well. Some grown men amongst boys when you are playing that collegiate squad that, again, this Sixer squad did lose to. Just saying, guys, offensively, it did not look good. Offensively, they left a lot to be desired. But they also answered a lot of questions. Versatility. This team has a lot of power forward versatility. Because not only do they have the 3 players I mentioned, Jabari, Trenton, Dominique. Dominique played good as well. Didn't display much of a jump shot, but defensively, rebounding, attacking the rim. Dominique filled the role that you think would be the role he'd play in the NBA and on this team. They also have Kelly Oubre for a potential stretch 4, more athletic, more agile power forward, more of a perimeter defender power forward. They also have Kelly Oubre. I don't know if Paul George is going back to the true 3 or maybe sticking at a stretch 4, but they also have Paul George. So power forward versatility is one thing this team has, because outside the 2 guys I just mentioned, Kelly and Paul, the 3 guys we've been talking about all bring a different offensive skill set and versatility to this team that you're not sure if it's been lacking, but you do know versatility of power forward position this team is packing. Guys, daily discussion. We'll be back with more, and we're going to talk about more of this Sixer roster, more of these Sixer holes, and address those comments, guys. We'll be talking about those comments, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below, because if you leave a comment or 2, we read more than a few, guys. We read all of your comments. We'll be back.